So Renee, I grew up in the era, there was no such thing as sunscreen.
You know, sun damage is cumulative over time. It's like a taxi meter. You can't ever turn it back.
Because you don't make your living in pickleball.
I do not. I'm a dermatologist. I feel like as we get older, it gets more challenging. The people who are left are just phenomenal.
Now, tell us about that journey as being NPL, playing on a team, getting drafted.
Yeah, so I turned 50 and
Pickleball Fountain of Youth with Hall of Famer Steve Paranto.
Hey everybody, this is Steve Paranto with the podcast, The Pickleball Fountain of Youth. And I have another great guest this week. I have Renée Chang. Renee, would you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Renée Chang from Portland, Oregon, and super excited to be here today with an OG. Thanks for having me.
First thing I always like to ask is, when did you start?
Yeah.
And what attracted you to pickleball?
I'd been playing soccer for 25 years and blew out my knee and had knee surgery. And I had been a tennis player, a lifetime ago. And I saw a pickleball court and I thought, well, like, what's this tiny tennis, Mm-hmm. So in my rehab, for my knee, I started playing and never went back to soccer. Fell in love with it.
So you are,
yes,
how old?
52.
And that's in pickleball years, 52?
Yes. The only time in my life I was so excited to get older. I was so excited to turn 50, actually, because as you know, in pickleball, a lot of the tournaments I was playing before that, the age range was like 8 to 49 was the category.
Right. Now you're the young one.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yes, I get to be the young one again.
Yeah.
Getting older and I'm the young one.
I'm 69, so now I'm officially 70 pickleball years. But I remember being so excited to turn 60 so I could play 60s.
Yeah, that's
But
fantastic.
there's a downside of that.
I'm guessing, the attrition as we get older in the players is, it just happens. People stop. And so I feel like as we get older, it gets more challenging because the people who are left are just phenomenal.
Problem is, when you want to not travel, just play local age group. Everything is skill age. So I'm still like a 4, 8, 5, and this, we have so many rating systems that might not mean anything anymore. Anyway, so then they go, well, there's nobody your age to have you play with that skill level, so we're still playing the same people we played before.
Right,
so getting older did not help me whatsoever, unless you go to nationals or Oregon Senior Games, then that's one few time that I could play people my age. So
right. So they're collapsing your categories because
and
there
that's
aren't
what
enough people.
happens.
Yeah.
Now and then if you go play a bigger tournament where you get to play people your age that are in your skill level, you're playing the same 8 to 10 players that you've already been playing the last 15 years.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just warning you.
Yeah. Right.
But you are traveling more, and so and at the 50s, I'm assuming there's lots of really good 50 and over players.
Yeah, it's really incredible. It's really humbling, actually, and exciting and motivating, all of those things.
Yeah.
To meet so many incredible people.
Tell us about that journey as being NPL, playing on a team, getting drafted.
Yeah, so I turned 50 and a friend of mine, Norma Rodriguez-Ward from this area, she said, hey, do you want to try Senior Pro? And I thought, what? Like, I just play pickleball for fun, And we played on the Senior Pro Tour, a tournament, and I think my first tournament, we went like 2-2 or something, and I thought, gosh, maybe if I actually, worked hard at this, I could hang. And so that's shortly thereafter, the National Pickleball League, the NPL that you mentioned, came about. And the first year I didn't do it because I wasn't, I heard about it late. I wasn't really sure what it was. And but then the next year I tried out and flew to Texas and played in a combine. So played the whole weekend in front of owners with various different players. They make you play in little pods. And had a blast.
Yeah.
Had nothing to lose.
Met
playing
new
loose
people.
and free. Met a ton of new people. Great people. Some great owners. And I got drafted to the Columbus Hotshots.
So when you get drafted, do you remain on? Do they have a new draft every year? How does that work?
Yes. In fact, the draft is being announced tomorrow for this coming year. But new draft every year.
Can a team keep any of the previous? Do you get to hold on to somebody if you want to? How does that?
Yeah,
Kind of like the MLP is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It's the rules changed a little bit this year, so I think the organization and the league is so new, it kind of changes every year. But this year, teams were allowed to hold their top 4 or place their top 4 players pre-draft, and then hold on to 3 players from the previous season, and then the rest were just drafted.
How many are on a team?
14 this year.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the format? Rally scoring?
No, it's if it's the same this year, it's 2 out of 3 games, but 2-11 win by 1.
Okay.
So regular scoring.
So regular scoring.
But
It's
win by
always been
1.
regular scoring. So they didn't go the route that MLP did go. They're not doing that now, but
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Have you played rally scoring events?
Yes. But kind of like the Oregon Women's Team Cup that I help run, we do rally scoring. I actually love rally scoring. I favor it. I think it's really a lot more pressure, and it's focusing down on every single point. It's somehow easier for me.
Right. And it doesn't change your
Reminds
strategy,
you.
does it?
It doesn't really.
Yeah, and
no.
it doesn't change shot selection.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's what I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't like the freeze.
Yeah, I think that makes it exciting for the fans.
For the fans, but
it's not so good for the players.
you earned a 5-point lead,
Right.
and then half the time
Yeah.
it winds up, it's 20-20.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what you go if you're going to 21 or 20,
Right.
or they're going to 25. So I don't like the freeze. I don't think it's good for ratings either. If you're establishing ratings through that one,
Right.
almost
Yeah, that's a good
everybody's
point.
winds up the same. I don't know how they would figure that in the algorithm for a rating system with a
Right.
freeze, because I don't think it's probably a different algorithm.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like
that's
I think I read something about Duper was trying to take that into account, but I agree. I don't know really how you would. Yeah.
So speaking of Duper, we did a podcast with John Dixon about him actually using the Ernie and creating it before Ernie, and Ernie will even tell you. Well, anyway, he called me last night and said, "You need to call me. I have a special story you got to cover, on your." And I just got done talking to him, and someone stole his Duper account.
Oh no.
And it
Somebody
turns
hacked
out
it?
and so he lost all, and he called Duper, finally got a hold of him, and they said, well, you have to open up a new account and do it. Well, I don't have to do it all over again, all his matches.
Yeah.
And the other guy had only played like one match, but then stole all the, now I don't know if he stole it on purpose or if it was a Duper mix-up, but if apparently
Oh, no.
he's finding out from other people, this has happened to several other people.
Yeah. Shoot.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's crazy.
Hopefully they can get it fixed, but.
Yeah. Well, Social Security had me as dead 2 weeks ago, so
Oh, no.
if that can happen, this could probably happen too. So your occupation.
Yes.
Because you don't make your living in pickleball.
I do not. I definitely do not.
In fact, it's kind of expensive hobby, isn't it?
It's a little bit.
Yeah. Because I'm hearing the NPL isn't like a big moneymaker for people.
It's not a big moneymaker.
Yeah.
Although my team did quite well last year, so I did have to report
you got some
earnings
money?
on
Oh,
my taxes.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
my team came in second. So, but yeah, still not my primary job,
Which is?
I'm a dermatologist. So, yeah, that's my day job.
Yeah. Well, tell us as players what we need to do to protect our skin, because we're out in the sun.
Yeah, it's
So-
tough. I mean, I have a hard time myself because, pickleball, you can be playing up for like 4 straight hours and not be tired. And so, yeah, just all the usual sun protection. I was just in Florida and was getting too much sun. I was in long sleeves and a hat.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Even a dermatologist doesn't love to reapply sunscreen. People tell me I hate sunscreen, and I'm like, I don't love it either. But I hate skin cancer more. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's hard. I think I use a lot of like the spray sunscreens just so I don't get the greasiness on my paddle hand.
See, that's what I hate is getting
Right?
the slippery
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
from touching it.
Yeah.
So I
The
wear this, typically something like
Yeah,
this,
sun shirt. Yeah.
and I'll even wear the same thing long
Yeah.
warm-ups as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just not to get my arms and legs, but then I'll try with my left hand in the morning to remember to put
Yeah,
sunscreen on.
with your non-paddle hand.
Yeah.
Well, they have those sticks too. Those are great.
Oh, I'm not
Sunscreen.
familiar with those.
Oh, really? Like, I mean, there's different brands that make them, but it almost looks like an underarm deodorant.
Oh.
So it's like
So
a
you can-
solid, and you just, yeah. So I'll like
Oh,
redo my neck,
okay.
because then I don't have to get it on my hand.
Well, I just learned something there. That's going to
Yeah.
be. Can I get that at any store? I can get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to be my new way of
Because it'd
applying.
be a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New
And they
way.
don't run into your eyes, you know, because
Yeah, that's
they're
the
kind of
other
waxier.
thing. You get it on your forehead, and now you ow,
You're stinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're waxier. They'll kind of stay put.
So Renee, I grew up in the era. I was born in 1955. There was no such thing as sunscreen.
Yeah.
So, and we fished all the time, and we liked getting tans. We thought that made us look cool. If we
Right.
So we'd take our shirt off and go fishing and get the worst sunburn. I remember even as a young school teacher going to school and the itching stage.
Yeah.
It was so bad. What would you do as prevention, starting at a young age, and then as we age, and this podcast is geared a lot for us senior players, what do we need to look for as a precaution? My mom had skin cancer on the nose, and she was a sunbather.
Right.
She was one of those, loved to get the sun, and she had to have a pretty serious, a lot of skin removed for that surgery. So what do we need to be precautious about and look for?
I think the main thing to know, sun damage is cumulative over time. It's like a taximeter. You can't ever turn it back. So just developing good sun protection habits. I tell my patients, I don't expect you to go live in a cave, because being out in the sun, you're doing other healthy things for your heart and your muscles, and you're exercising and such. But just being smart about kind of limiting your exposure over time. There's 3 main types of skin cancer, but 2 of them, basal cell and squamous cell skin cancer, which is probably what your mom had. Basal cell is the most common. They're usually not life-threatening, but they're more, the more sun you get over time, we tend to get those. And then melanoma, which everyone's heard of, is the real deadly one. That's the one that comes from moles. That one tends to be more triggered by sunburns rather than chronic low-level sun exposure over
Could that
time.
be triggered by just one or just a couple of sunburn exposures?
3 blistering sunburns
Oh my
increases
gosh.
your risk of melanoma.
Oh,
Well,
I've had.
so you can't
I've
tan,
lost-
you can't burn.
Yeah,
but
I've had many of those in my lifetime.
I can't tell you. I mean, I've diagnosed a lot of skin cancers on the pickleball court, like a lot. People coming up to me, hey, can you look at
Really?
this? Can you look at that? Yeah, for sure. On the soccer field. I mean, so the main thing is, just protecting yourself over time. I always say everything in moderation.
Except for pickleball.
Except for pickleball. Yeah, good one. Except for pickleball. But yeah, looking for a sore that doesn't heal. Something that you thought maybe was like a little bump on your face, like a pimple, but it never went away. Spots that bleed, moles that change. These are the things you're kind of looking out for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should have that checked out on my next physical.
Yeah.
Because my doctors never said, let me look at your body and see what.
Yeah, just have a scan, get a
Yeah.
baseline. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
When you say a scan, that's just a visual scan? They're just looking at you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I need to do that.
Right.
Yeah. Lots of things. As we age, we got to keep on top of our eyes, our skin,
Yes.
our
Yeah, the eyes too. Cataracts, being in the sun.
We did a podcast on that with my college roommate, who's an optometrist, and it was
Right.
really, really good. I mean, I've learned a lot about that. If anybody's interested in that topic, we have that on an episode, especially which glasses to wear to play the game.
Yeah.
And not transitional, and I'm still struggling with that because I finally got these glasses that were set for distance, so everything was nice and sharp, and they wouldn't break.
Yeah.
But then they fit tight around me, and then they fogged up.
Oh, shoot.
So they're
Yeah.
going to turn into my fishing glasses, and now I'm
Yeah.
finding other frames that have some space, won't fog up. Maybe it'll be tougher because I've had frames break when I get hit in the face with a ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fogging is a tough issue.
Yeah. Have you been hit in the face with a ball?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely have.
Yeah.
But I've worn protective eyewear like ever since I started playing.
Yeah,
I had some pretty significant eye injuries playing soccer, where I lost vision for a few months. So
Wow. Was that a detached retina, or what was that?
it's called commotio retina. So I basically had hemorrhage in my retina. So the blood just made it so I couldn't see for a few months until it resolved. So as soon as I started playing pickleball, I immediately got some protective eyewear.
Yeah, well,
So-
I recommend that to everybody because
Yeah.
the ball's going faster now. We're aiming at people.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon Team Cup. Tell us about the Women's Team Cup.
Yeah, what a cool event. Joy Lysing, a local player, is
And
really...
she was here playing last night.
Yeah, right. She's really the kind of workhorse behind it, the mastermind behind it. And I think the men's Team Cup, they have a similar event every year. as
Started by Wes.
Wes Gabrielson was really spearheaded a few years ago. And such a fun event. It's a one-day event where we draft some of the top 36 female players in Oregon and compete against each other in an MLP format. But I think what's so cool about it is it's just we have a lot of practices and mixers and things leading up to it. And so we get all the women in Oregon really involved and meeting a lot of new players and just really trying to further women's pickleball in Oregon, get players coming up.
Well, I've noticed since it's been happening that the women's, the level of play, not only the number of quality and the quality have both improved a lot since the Oregon Team Cup.
Yeah.
Used to, I mean, Joy and Tracy had to play with guys to get good competition.
Yeah.
Now they no longer have to do that.
Right,
You guys
yeah.
have a large pool of really good women players.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Now it
so
sounds
fun.
like you're giving back and you're going to be teaching tell us about the clinic for girls coming up. aren't you?
Yeah, another really super cool thing about Women's Team Cup is we always try to do something to give back to the community. So this year, we're doing a free clinic for girls and women, basically just kind of like drill with the pros, where we'll have a bunch of courts and we'll have dinking on one court, resets on another court, serves on another court, and then a court where we just play. And we try to get things from the community, donations and things to kind of give out, little freebies. And yeah, it's just a fun day to get more people introduced
What's the
to pickleball.
age range there with your girls?
Last year we did it just for girls, but this year we kind of opened it up to
kids.
kids,
okay, good.
and
Okay.
older women, anybody who wants to come.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
well,
free.
the women you're seeing on Oregon Team Cup and the NPL ladies, what do you think is the percentage of coming from high level tennis or being kind of like you, where it's just kind of a mix of sports?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like the ones at the very top are coming from high level tennis, like Natalie Bagby, for instance, on my, the Columbus Hotshots, a teammate of mine last year, played in Wimbledon. And so
That's an advantage.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of those top women, or a lot of them, teach pickleball for a living, or and have backgrounds in tennis. So I think throughout the league and throughout all women, people come from all different sports, but at the highest level in pickleball, a lot of them dominated in tennis, and now are dominated.
It
in
does
pickleball.
seem to be the shortest cut to getting good at pickleball is to have a high level tennis background.
Yeah.
Now, I'll get people, a lot of these intro classes we're teaching, and we go around, we always like to ask, what sport are you coming from, or how have you ever played pickleball? And we'll get people who say, well, I played a lot of tennis. And that did help, but you can tell that they weren't at a high level of tennis. And now the high level tennis players, right away their ground strokes are very good.
Far superior.
And with some modifications, they can learn to volley a little differently, quite a bit differently. And of course, dinking isn't really a thing in tennis.
Right.
But you can learn those things.
We had a tennis court in our neighborhood, so I grew up playing tennis. But I was never very good at tennis. In Montana, you shovel off the courts in like June, and you play for 3 months, and then it snows again, and that's it. So, I did fine at tennis. I played a year in college, actually, for just a small college out east. But I think I never really loved tennis. I just was pretty good at it, so I just sort of did it. And then in college, I played rugby, and loved that sport. That was
That's a rough one.
yeah, it's a rough. I
You
know,
got
it's
hurt playing
natural-
soccer, and you played rugby.
I know, natural transition to pickleball, but yeah, rugby was. I mean, I don't know what I loved more, rugby or pickleball. Probably pickleball, but it's pretty close. But then I couldn't really play that as an adult. It's too hard on your body, and so then I played soccer. I had never touched a soccer ball. I learned at age 27. Wow. Some of my friends played, so I just started doing that.
I'm finding the soccer players, and it was kind of surprising to me. All of the coaching I've been doing the last few years at Rex and here at the Playhouse, the soccer players do really well.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, soccer players probably aren't going to have the eye-hand coordinate, but
Right,
their
yeah.
footwork is so good, and they have. I don't think it's so important to have the eye-hand. It's the visual tracking of a ball.
Oh,
So they can,
interesting.
because
Yeah,
they can visually
yeah.
track the ball. They know where to be. My perfect balance is when I get a top table tennis player who is also a top table tennis and tennis player.
Yeah. I think learning, like the one thing that I had to learn, because I was always a singles tennis player and never a very good one, was kind of like the triangles and you know, how the ball's going to come back based on where you hit it and that kind of thing. I think they have that advantage also.
Yeah.
And then the mental game, huge piece. They have that experience as well. You can get that in other sports, but I don't feel like I had that in soccer. You know, it
Yeah.
was
Well, you
never-
had to be mentally tough. I mean,
I guess,
it was a big
yeah.
team. It was a team
Yeah.
sport. We're at a disadvantage because we don't have all these tennis clubs that we can just go steal some, you know, top 12, 13, 14-year-old kids and turn them into pickleball players.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't have very many indoor facilities.
Yeah,
but
they're
maybe
coming,
as we
though.
get more, yeah.
They're coming. So,
Yeah.
you know, this podcast is really put on by Rex, which was the first indoor club in Oregon.
Yeah, right.
And we have 9 courts, and that's where you're playing the Women's Team Cup.
Yep.
And that's where we're
Yeah.
playing the Men's Team Cup. I do get to commentate your event.
Oh, right. I heard you are. Thank you for that,
Yeah,
for volunteering to do that.
Joy asked me.
Yeah, it's excellent.
So that'll be the live commentation. And then I get to be a coach for one of the men's teams.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a big fan of today's pro pickleball, the APP and the PPA.
Yes.
And MLP. I mean, when it's on, I usually, if we're playing pickleball here, it's on the big screen. You've been here when, in fact, you were here last year, I think, when you got drafted.
Yes.
And so we were watching
What
the
a special
draft.
moment.
But so
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm a fan of all that, and I love trying to learn shots, some of the newer shots. Are there people you emulate and that you would like to copy as much from, and maybe steal some shots from that you are watching?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it changes as the years go on and I get more shots, but I would say right now, some of my favorite players, Vivian David is just incredible, like the nicest but fiercest also competitor. So I love that about her and how low she can get. And then Bobby Oshiro too, similar.
Yeah, and they just hurt.
Compact, small, short, get low. And I feel like, I don't know, I guess we want to emulate the people who we feel like.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'1" 3/4", so I think they're probably not much taller than that. So
Yeah.
but get so much power and so much quickness and yeah.
That makes sense to copy really good players that are similar physique when you think about it.
Yeah, I never thought about that until a friend
Yeah.
of mine pointed it out.
Yeah.
And that,
You might not want to copy Dekel Bar.
Right, yeah. Might
but-
not be able to.
Yeah, that makes sense. One of the big fundamentals that when people ask me, like, if there's 3 things I need to do, one of them is always get low.
Yes.
And I want
Yeah.
people's eyes close to the paddle, and to do that, you got to
Yeah.
get low, and that's one of my big cardinal rules that I.
You know, when
like
I
to
took
teach.
lessons from you over COVID, I remember you specifically saying, get your head close to the ball. And I feel like, you know, that was a statement that really stuck with me. Because, like, I don't always remember to bend my knees, but
Right.
somehow getting my head close to the ball, that, like, totally
You know,
resonated.
what that also does is, even though when we're hitting volleys and dinks, we're balanced, you can actually reach for a ball, but if you get your weight over your anchor foot, the foot that you're reaching with,
Yeah.
you can still get your head close and it doesn't appear you're reaching. Like, a person hits a volley like this, ball's in the same spot, but you're hitting like that, that's reaching.
Yeah.
But when you can do this, you're not reaching and you're hitting the sweet spot.
Yeah.
So many of the pros, they get so low when they're hitting a volley. And the women actually more than the men, I feel like when you look at Catherine,
Yeah.
Paranto,
Yes.
how low she gets, and she got that from Simone. Simone, you can see all these pictures where low ball, paddle head still up, not dropping.
Yes.
And they're getting super low. Yeah. Do you have favorite drills, or are you just kind of basic ones you go to?
I think it depends on what I'm working on. Like right now, I'm working on really injecting a lot more offense into my game. You know, when I first started playing, I just loved to hit the ball hard coming from tennis. And then I learned like the joy of the dinking and beating somebody just on a dinking game. And now I'm really sort of trying to mesh them together. So I just love sparring just across the net.
Straight across.
Running combinations, you know, little speed ups and then scorpion. So,
Yeah.
but I love working on hands. That's so fun. I could never get enough of that.
So when you talk about the scorpions, smaller people
Yeah.
get to do those more often
Right. Yes.
because you don't have to drop us down so low because they're right
You're
here.
already there.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, the first time when I would see that shot 15 years ago, we thought, don't do that. That's terrible. That's not good form, you know.
Right.
Windshield wiper, which was
Yeah.
Gigi LeMaster. She's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And one reason she's in the Hall of Fame is she's not very tall either. And she used that shot a bunch.
Yeah.
I see shots being developed, watching the pros, that we probably right now are thinking, oh, that's terrible. Why would he do that? JW reaching back to hit a dink,
Yeah,
like a
like
scoop,
the-
like that. You think, oh, that's terrible form. And now now this other pro's doing it.
Right.
Now Ben's sort of doing it.
Yeah.
Huh, there must be a reason.
Right. It's pretty cool how it evolves like
Yeah.
that.
Why do you think that shot's started, that little scoop behind, why do you think that's happening now?
Gosh.
Do you have I'm trying to decide why that
if
makes
it's
sense.
any good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. As opposed to like stepping way off of it.
So typically, that particular ball, I would do a drop step.
Yeah.
And because I want to hit it as it's falling. I'm going to make less mistakes.
Right.
And so what he's doing, he's saving that step. Now I don't take that step.
Yeah.
I just get my paddle there. And he's saving energy, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
And he's saving
Conservation
movement.
of movement. Yeah.
I don't know if you could teach that to everybody.
Right.
I'm not teaching it to anybody
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
But right
I
now.
mean, I guess you could get a little more slice off it than top spin.
Yeah,
if you
I don't think
stepped
he's doing
off.
it for
I don't
slice,
know.
but
Yeah.
well, we'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
So
You'll have to have him
come
on.
on our podcast and tell us that. Well, hey, Renee, this has been a great interview. I found out some things I didn't know about you.
Yeah.
So I found out a lot, and good luck in NPL this year and the Women's Cup. I'll probably get to commentate I'm sure I will, some of your matches that are live streamed. So
Yeah,
people
and-
watch those.
Yeah.
They will
And
be
thank you
live
so much
streamed.
for having me.
Oh,
Super,
you're welcome.
just huge honor
Yeah.
to be on your show.
First time
Yeah.
you've been here without playing on the pickleball courts.
I know. Shoot. We should have planned that better.
Pickleball Fountain of Youth with Hall of Famer Steve Paranto.